Welcome back to my channel, Delightful _ Donna. We're doing another review on Basketball Wives. Okay, basically start off with Evelyn, Malaysia, and Shani. They all get together and they're talking about Shani just being a boss inside the whole dispensary business of, you know, the extracurricular activities, okay? And so even with that, Kristen ended up showing up. She ended up showing them the dispensary that they have. It's going to be a whole bunch of stuff up inside there. And Shani basically let the ladies know, her getting all of these businesses and doing like she's like getting some property. She got the whole dispensary thing going on and whatnot, and she was talking about like she has an opportunity in Costa Rica and she would love to bring the ladies on this little adventure that she's gonna have to just go there and see it. So she wanted the ladies to come with her. So she let them know basically who she thinks that she would possibly want to invite, and just from what I gathered, she wants to invite everyone pretty much but Jen. She doesn't have no issue with Jen. She don't feel like their relationship has got there to where she wants to invite someone on like out of the country type trip. And they talked about Jackie, OG, and who all they want to invite. They said they want to invite Phoebe. They said, of course Phoebe. I'm like, why? But you know, that's neither here nor there. So then he goes into like the next scene where you get Cece and Byron. She has a health scare where she thinks she may have ovarian cancer. If I might have said that wrong, but she may have cancer. She's talking about Byron with it. He like, at the end of the day, it's death to us part. I want to make sure that you know that you are good with me. You need to go and get checked. Stop prolonging this. He said that his mother passed away from cancer because not only did she not like going to the hospital, going to the doctor and getting an exam, but when she got sick, she waited till the last minute that's when they found out that she had cancer. Then the next one, they talk about OG Party. OG Party actually comes up at this point. It's at this big, it's kind of like a hall, but it's like a big old hall that they had it at. She invited pretty much everyone except for maybe Phoebe. I feel like she didn't invite Phoebe. I feel like she didn't invite Phoebe, nor did she invite Evelyn. And so only people that showed up that we can get from this party was Jen and Jackie. Jackie was like, where is everybody? So did Jen. And they not only like, where is everybody like in the group, but it wasn't like a lot of people there. I feel like the venue was bigger than the people that she had come. I feel like she thought more people were coming, but it was a nice group of people. But I feel like everybody just didn't show up, you know what I mean? And for like a lot of African events, you always get like a lot of people there, so you did see like her culture, people dancing. It was really nice to see. But one of the things that Jackie had brought up to OG is that like, for you come to everybody's stuff, it's kind of sad that no one has showed up for your event. Like, that's kind of, you know, bogus. And she was like, yeah, I feel some type of way that no one didn't show up except for y'all too. Like, people called and told me that they could not come, such as Shani, it was her daughter's birthday. Tammy couldn't come. I can't remember what was her reason, but she did send a gift. Cece couldn't come, but everyone else, she didn't pretty much get like why you can't come. They just didn't show. So while they was there, OG Booth Snacks, her boyfriend, I can't think his name, Kwame was basically, I feel like he's like, now that you retired, I feel like it's time for our next step. We need to get a house. And she was like, oh, praise Jesus. Like, you are trying to make these steps, these strides to basically solidify our family for the future, and that made her really happy. And then it goes into the next scene. Then we get Evelyn and Phoebe. Evelyn and Phoebe meet up at a shop to talk. They kind of talk about Jackie, because Evelyn brings up the things that Jackie said in the last episode, where Jackie felt kind of like ambushed and said all the things that OG had said. Of course, Phoebe's like, she says all the stuff that OG went back to tell Phoebe, and Phoebe owns it. Phoebe was like, well, is she not old? Is she not too old to be doing all of this stuff? I'm glad that she owns it, but you owning it with your friend, but when you around other people, she don't own nothing. Like, if she's been confronted by a person, she act like she don't know what the Hill Sharp Farm they're talking about. She get like amnesia. But this woman, she's like, well, is she not? And she was like, oh my gosh. She was like, well, they feel like OG is messy and all of this hoopla in the third. At the end of the day, in our reality, all of them are messy because they go back and they tell each other secrets, which is funny because still in these moments that Jackie and Evelyn are so supposedly developing these friendship, Evelyn don't F with Jackie. You talk about it behind her back, but then when you get in front of her face, you don't call her out. If you are a friend, if you feel like the way that she is moving incorrectly, then you should address it. If you are developing this friendship, you want to have an open and honest relationship. She's not doing that. So I mean, what you are is you as about as real as a $17 bill, okay? So don't sit here and call OG fake, and you're not real yourself, boo. You're not real yourself. But I mean, neither here nor there. Then we get Tammy and OG. Tammy and OG end up getting together, and they talk about like what happened at OG event, like kind of like look caught up. Tammy's on set. OG comes in, congratulate her on all her endeavors. Tammy gives her a card. They kind of talk about how no one didn't show up, and Tammy was like, you need to be careful with the individuals that you have around you because nobody isn't real in these streets, okay? And she feel like OG is a real one, and OG feel like you have set an example of like how you do not tolerate the BS. But right now I feel like I have to check these people. It's like I want to give them the benefit of the doubt, and she wants to give the ladies in the group just a couple more chances, one more chance basically. Tammy said, "This is what it is. Like at the end of the day, you might have to scrabble, you might have to throw blows here or there." I feel like the advice that Tammy is getting OG is not the best advice because one, you don't know how she's being perceived in the group. I think because OG is the underdog, you want to give her like keep fighting, demand your respect, but at the same time everything cannot be a combative thing either. If that's what the only TV showing us, that you just combative, I feel like that's not fair. Like you need to show us softer side. You can't say, well, I tried to show a softer side when I had this event. It's like you had ample enough opportunities to like maybe invite some of the ladies out one-on-one. Maybe you could have talked to Evelyn one-on-one. Maybe you could talk to Phoebe one-on-one. Why do these things, in order for people to get to know you, are these big groups, or either you have to be in threes in order for you to get to know the other person? Either the other person may not be wanting to film with you, but at least you say, well, I invited you to, or I tried to get to know you one-on-one. Then you can say, well, I'm trying to let these ladies know me. I just don't feel like what we're being showed on TV is showing that they like you want to get to. She end up going to the doctor finally. She ended up calling OG and saying that OG makes her feel better. Like whenever she talks to her, she wants to talk to her before she go in. So Cece finally gets checked out. We don't know what happened with Cece though. Tammy has her music video for Tatiana Trills. It's real cute and all that good stuff. And basically Tammy announces that she's basically retiring from Basketball Wives. She does not plan on coming back. They do a little sweet little clip, and it's just the end of the final. Like she's putting a stamp in this chapter, and she wants to be an example of black excellence, and she feels like this show is not giving her the opportunity nor showing her in the light of that, which is understandable. They end up having They end up going to a wine tasting. All of the ladies were invited to this wine tasting for someone named Brian Jennings, and so all the ladies are invited. They get there. Before everyone gets there, it's pretty much Jackie, and I think Jackie and OG, and then you got Jen that comes in with Dominique. She basically tell Jen that she is not invited to the event. That's what I miss. Oh, I'm so sorry, y'all. So anyway, Shani and Jackie get together, and Shani invites Jackie to the whole Costa Rica thing. She does tell her that she does plan on inviting OG, so Jackie can have some type of companionship on this trip. I think it's funny that she says that because that shows you that she do not like OG. And secondly, she said that she's not inviting Jen because she feel like that they haven't developed like what needs to be developed in order for them to go on the trip together. She doesn't really want her there. And Jackie tells Jen these things and was like, just so you know that we're going on this trip, you're not invited. And she's like, I don't understand with these ladies. Like one minute we on a good term, we can be kumbaya and cackling and clean. Next minute, like y'all don't like me, like y'all not effing with me. Because earlier in the episode, they showed a picture of, they feel like Jen is being fake because of this whole thing with her mom. She had a photo, she had some photography there, and they feel like that they set them up. So Malaysia end up posting the picture and cropping out Jen, and so you got Evelyn liking it. She's like, I don't understand, like, do y'all not like me? It seems really like junior high for y'all to go back and forth, you know what I mean? Like she just confused. So once Shani get there, you get Shani and Evelyn, they come up. She basically like, I just want to let you know, in front, she says it's all in front of Jen and Dominic. I just let you know, I told her she wasn't invited. She was like, what? Like, that was not your place to tell her that, and what made you want to tell her that? So Jackie's proceeding to tell her why, in come Malaysia. Jackie starts talking, and she's like, "Ooh, I done shut stuff down." That's what Malaysia said. So she was Malaysia. I feel like Kristen was there. I don't remember. But when Malaysia comes in, they Shawnee's end up telling her like what pretty much was said, like because like getting her up to that, like why everyone pretty much went quiet on her when she came inside the came in the room, came inside the event. Let's say that. So she tells her, and she said, "Oh, okay." She's like, then, Jen interjects and says, basically, like, I thought we were all getting on a cool, like we were all getting like to, that we were all coming together, all this type of hoopla. Then Evelyn stops her and was like, "Let me just tell you what." No, Shawnee says that she don't have no problem with Evelyn, like with Jen, but she just feel like that wasn't the place for her to invite her. It wasn't Jackie's place to tell that she wasn't invited to this thing, and so like that was her end up. It's like, but it's not no problem, like, but you just wasn't invited. Then Evelyn is like, "Well, I can tell you I have a problem. I feel like that apology that you gave me wasn't genuine. That like you never really apologized for what you said about Shanice. You just said it was just general." And she was like, "Well, let me just say this. I don't have no problem. I did not say that. That's a lie. I never talked about your daughter to Shawnee, basically." And so Shawnee was like, "Ooh, I think now we have a problem. Like there's a problem because now you calling me a liar. So now I think that we do have a problem." And everybody is like, "Ooh, oh snap." She just says, "Y'all got a problem." And so Jen's like, "Well, I didn't say it. Like it is what it is. I did not say it. I'm not gonna go back and forth with it." They kind of like they have back and forth type like little bitty cute drabs, whatever. And she leaves. She just like Jen is just over it. She's like, "I'm tired of the group. I'm tired of like having this type of it's going back and forth." It's like we're not coming to no happy medium, pretty much from what Jen is saying. OG finds it a moment. She's like, "Well, since everyone's talking about the problems that we have, well, I have a problem with Evelyn, like when nobody's showing up. Like let's like Evelyn. I have a problem with no one showing up to my event, and then like no one don't even say." And I watched, like I talked to well, Shawnee said, she her daughter had her situation, but she was like, no one didn't tell me why. Evelyn like, "Well, I wasn't even invited to your event." And she was like, "Why would I invite you when you didn't talk about my feet? You didn't call me Toji." And it was like, she was like, "Well, do your toes?" Like she said, "Well, my feet be slipping because I put oil on my feet, so sometimes it slip. But I mean, that's not the thing." And she was like, "Well, you looking too hard." She's like, "Well, no, like I can look wherever I want to look at." They went back and forth. Nothing was pretty much solved. They basically gave her the name of Toad. She's like, "It's something cute. It's funny. Like just laugh it off, kiki it off. It's not a big deal." And OG is like, "It is a big deal for me because you're talking about me, and like stop freaking talking about me. Like keep my name out your mouth. Like unless we got a problem, keep my name out your mouth." Like, Evelyn is like, "Whatever. Like I don't really care. Like it's like she has a whole non-factor type feel. Like I don't even care. Like whatever you want to say." And so at this point, it's funny because now they show a clip of Kristen talking about, "Well, told you. Well, you know what I mean." No, because you're being funny. Because this is my problem with Kristen. Why are you interjecting inside other people's stuff, even when these people are asking you? It's like any other time you want to keep yourself out of, because you just said, you and OG before in a couple episodes prior that you didn't have a problem with OG, but now you're talking about her. You're fake. Kristen is fake. Only reason why she's taking this abuse because she want to get Kwame on because of Byron and his connections, which is cool. You want to do that, like, just so you know, this had to go through with these ladies. They not as petty as they used to be, because y'all remember when basketball used to be super duper petty. They gonna let Cece come to this thing. Kristen don't think that even Cece should come because Kristen doesn't want to mend relationships. Kristen wants to be a bitter Betty for the rest of her life because that's what Kristen likes to do. Then you have Kristen. Kristen keeps having this whole thing where she wants to mend relationships with her husband's father, which is her father-in-law, but you don't want to give the opportunity for the person that he loves and respects to mend a relationship with her. You can't have a relationship with the father if you don't want to have a relationship with his wife. That doesn't make no sense. That's like people saying, "I'm going to F with Thomas," because his name Thomas. Yeah, I want to F with Thomas, which is her husband, but I don't want to F with you, Kristen, because he said the same thing. Did he not? Byron says, I'll mess with my son and the kid, but I ain't messing with Kristen. But you're like, that's not fair. We family. She's going to be family. She's going to be married in. What makes you better than Cece? Let me know. Like, so somebody give me hip on Kristen's logic of thinking. I don't know. But anyway, don't forget to thumbs up this video. Go ahead and join the family if you like to. Like, I'm not gonna beg you. If there's any other shows you want me to review, let me know in the comments below. Continue to stay unapologetically you in all that you do. Peace, love, and elbow grease, y'all.